Hey guys, welcome back to Nature's Cadence Farm. Today we're going to be working on our ASV PT100. And what I'm going to be doing today is changing the oil. So I've got some Rotella T6 5W40. This is the synthetic. And then I've got a Perkins oil filter here. So let me show you the oil filter and what number it is. So here we go. We've got a 265-4407. So let's get in here and get started. We're underneath of the machine here, and I've got 4 bolts. This one's missing. I think the threads are stripped on that one, but these are 9/16 head, and so there's 2 there and 2 here. So all these need to be taken out so this plate here can swivel down, and that'll expose the bottom side of the engine and the oil filter and drain plug. All right, you can see we got the plate down, and it's full of all this just gunk. So what we'll do is clean that up, scrape it off, and get that cleaned out. Typically you'll see that because everything just kind of gets collected down here. But there's the drain plug right there, and the oil filters is above that side. So I'm going to get this cleaned up a little bit, and then we'll get the drain and the oil out. You can see if you've got your machine high enough, like I have on these ramps here, you should be able to fold this all the way back, and I like to prop it up with a piece of wood. That way I've got complete access underneath of there. So here's the drain plug. It'd be on the left hand side of the machine. And I like to go ahead and wipe down, you got a bunch of junk all around there because this thing is filthy all the time. And you've got one on this side, and you've got one on this side. I'm just going to use this one over here. This is the one I've been using, and I know it works. So that one's sealed and not leaking. So we got that nice and cleaned off, you can see. And I've got a 5/8 ratcheting wrench here. And you don't necessarily need a ratcheting wrench, but you do need to be able to get something on there to break that loose. Maybe a standard socket on a ratchet would be okay, but this is what I had. So I'm going to go ahead and back this plug out and get a drain pan ready. Alright, I've got everything set up here. I've got the drain plug kind of cracked, and I've got a 5-gallon bucket here and a funnel. And I found that if you kind of catch it in this funnel like this, it'll go right in the bucket. But make sure you have a container big enough, because I don't remember exactly how many quarts this thing holds, but it's quite a bit. So I would say like 2.5 gallons or somewhere around in there. So you just want to make sure you got enough space for all the old oil. So let's go ahead and get the drain in this thing. So there's our drain plug we just got done draining the oil out of, and there's our oil filter right up there. So what I'm going to do is put a catch pan underneath of the filter here that'll be big enough, and I'll place it about right underneath of this little brace right here in this part of the frame, so I can catch the oil coming out of this area here and back in here. Alright, got our filter wrench on here, and I've got to loosen this thing up a little bit. There we go. Alright, I gotta go get a catch pan and put it underneath of this filter, because we're gonna have a bunch of oil dripping out of right here. Alright, there's where the oil filter was, right there. And it's always good to check to make sure the gasket came out with the filter, and in this case it did, so that's good. So I've got the filter kind of draining in this catch pan. That's what I use to catch all the oil in. Got our new filter here, and I went ahead and lubed up the gasket with some fresh oil. And I'm going to go up inside of here with a clean rag and clean up where the filter mount is. Got our new filter going on here. It's just righty-tighty to get that going. So I'm going to go ahead and put the wrench on here and get that tightened up. I'm just going to, it's finger tight right now. I'm just going to take it another like half turn past that. Okay, that's got it. We got our new filter installed in there, and our drain plug is tightened up. It's time to go ahead and put this skid plate back in place. Alright, went ahead and got everything in place here, and we're going to tighten it up with these 9/16, or tighten up these 9/16 head bolts again. On top of the motor is the fill cap here. I've already loosened that up. So there's that. And then you got to get a funnel. Go ahead and get your funnel down in there and kind of get everything ready. And then we can start pouring in some oil. I like this nice long funnel because then you can get the jug out here. And I know this is going to take at least 2 gallons. I don't know the exact fill. I'll put it in the display there, but I'll tell you what we ended up with when we get done. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep pouring this stuff in here and letting it go down. All right, we got quite a bit of oil in there. Let's go ahead and check where we're at. So there's the dipstick right here for the oil. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Where are we at here? Okay. Well, we are right at the full, and we haven't started it up yet. So let's go ahead and start it up, and then we'll come back and finish topping it off. Going to go ahead and start up the machine here, and we're going to watch the oil pressure light there. It should turn on and then turn off. See, there it goes right there. Perfect. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and pull the machine off of the ramps, and we'll check the oil level after we get it leveled off. Alright guys, well there you go. It took about 8 quarts. That'd be 2 gallons total. And I'll put the conversion down here for how many liters it might take. But yeah, that's got it. Very, dirty job, but it definitely can be done. So anyways, there you go guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we really appreciate it. See you next time.